This is the Detroit Sports Podcast Network.
Young Jarek would love to take my order.
Hi.
He works at the coffee shop just up the street.
Morning.
He's happy and annoying with a smirk the size of Texas. He's my coffee enemy.
Would you like a mochaccino? Or perhaps a cappuccino? Or maybe a frappuccino?
Said Jarek wearing the chinos. All I really want is a cup of coffee. So strong the spoon stands up, just a cup of coffee. All I really want is a cup of coffee. Give me a friggin' cup of coffee, Jarek.
Aloha, my bar.
Yeah, me and my friend Ryan, Clinton 1, Clinton 2, and my other friends, Tim, Tom, Trevor, we're looking to have a bachelor party this Saturday at your establishment to watch the Final Four. Can we make a reservation?
To watch what? The Final Four?
Yes, we heard this is the manliest bar with the hottest women in Hawaii. We are ready to watch college basketball at your establishment. We will
You
buy.
heard that this is the manliest bar with the hottest women?
That's what we heard. We're going to have fireball shots all night long. Maybe some Jaeger. We'll see what happens. We love the boobies. It's everything. Can we make a reservation?
You're calling the wrong bar if you're looking for boobies and vaginas.
What are you talking about? This is what I heard. You know, I Googled manliest bar in Hawaii. I want my bachelor party here with Clinton 1, 2, Tim, Tom, Trevor, and Ryan. Can we make a reservation for 7?
You're going to have to get a hold of Rocco. He's the owner, and he handles all the reservations.
So Rocco's a manly guy who knows the cups for the hottest women in your bar?
Yeah, Rocco would know all the hottest women in the bar.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I am talking about.
Okay, so you want to email him at KonaMyBar
What's his
at
name?
gmail.com.
Okay, I like the sound of that. I will email Rocco, and maybe I'll bring some tacos for Rocco. I don't know. Let's have some fun, right?
Okay.
Does he like
Alrighty.
Does he like the pink tacos? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, but I got to let you go because I'm kind of busy.
I understand.
Okay, you email Rocco.
And you sound hot. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Soup. Hi, hello, Coffee Nation. Welcome to episode 25 of the Coffee with Friends podcast. I'm Earl Coffee. With me once again is my sidekick, Tim Ike Anderson. How are you, Tim?
I'm well. How are you, Carl?
With us today is first-time guest Tom Gannon from Boston, Massachusetts. How are you, Tom?
Oh, I'm doing great, Carl. Feels weird to be a backup guest on Coffee with Friends, though. Am I really your friend?
Yes. We're here at the CoffeeTimeUSA.net.co studio, me and Tim and Tom via Skype. We're a part of 2 networks, the Overtime Sports Network. You can check them out at otsportsnetwork.com or on Twitter @_OTS, and also the Detroit Sports Podcast Network.
Is that how it's done, Carl?
You can check them out at DetroitSportsPodcastNetwork.com if you're one of those people, or at Twitter @Detroit Podcast. This show is broken up into 4 segments. We have a Song of the Week, Timmy's Worth of the Week. We have a Florida Man segment and a Ultimate Team Battle tournament continuing. We're down to our final 32 teams. This tournament is never ending, is it, Tim?
It is not.
Tom Gannon's a good guy, but before we talk to him, let's talk about the Song of the Week. I'm not sure if Tom's ever heard of this band. He is a young millennial. It's Matchbox 20. Have you heard of them, Tom?
That's disrespectful. Do you really think I haven't heard of Matchbox 20?
This is tough. I have a Tom and a Tim. So if Tom's heard of Matchbox 20, I don't know if I should believe him. But Matchbox 20, If You're Gone. Baby, it's time to come home. Good song, Tom, right?
Good band.
You know, it was actually a letter to his wife.
Rob Thomas started Matchbox 20, you know, him and his band, they were all together. And he's like, F these guys. I'm going to start the Rob Thomas band where I make 80% of the money instead of 20%.
It was trash.
Failed. It's like, all right, guys, come back with me. I need you. Can you believe they took him, Rob Thomas, back? Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, because they were doing nothing.
They want money.
They probably gave him 40%.
I can definitely believe that. I think Rob Thomas is pretty talented.
But have you seen his wife?
So Tom's, he's a good guy from Boston, Massachusetts. He doesn't have that Boston accent that I like coffee. He doesn't say coffee.
No,
What?
but
Right,
coffee's more of a New York thing.
I'm going to talk like this.
Hey, coffee, park your car.
It's park your car.
Park your car, coffee.
Park your car.
You gotta shut up, Coffee.
So, Tom, this is the time where we actually let Tim speak. He is the sidekick. We don't let him talk a lot. Unless
kick him around?
Unless you listen to the last episode where he hosted. But anyway, that's once a year.
Once a year.
You know, Tim's a negative guy.
Nihilist.
You should start a...
So one time I saw someone look at Tim weird, like a baby, and he threw him across the street.
I did.
That's the kind of guy Tim is. So this is Tim's segment, and usually he's pretty off here. We don't agree with his worst of the week, but it's his platform. What do you got?
The worst person in the world. Huge, skank, terrible. But thank you. It means a lot. The worst in the world.
So, Carl, last night I sat down to watch the Nationals play the Phillies. It was Bryce Harper's first game in Washington, D.C.
Where do we live right now?
Metro, D.C.
Mm-hmm. Gone.
Very metro. Very metro. And so my wife and I are sitting down to watch the game, and this goes out to you streaming services that don't carry local teams. Good job, Major League Baseball television. Good job, Hulu Live. Why are we paying crazy money to watch the teams that, obviously they're the favorited team, so why can't we watch the games if we're paying you the money? What is wrong with you? I just don't understand.
Once again, I don't agree. The cable networks have owned TV for a long time, dating back to the 90s when the Lions couldn't sell out that Silverdome because we couldn't watch the Lions play. So from a young age, I understood it.
We couldn't watch Barry Sanders. That was crap.
It was tough. But Tim, my goodness, you're complaining that you can't watch the Phillies play the Nationals when you're in the Nationals market. This is something that's always been around. You're complaining about something that's been around forever. You know? What else are you going to complain about?
All right, well, to cut in here, I think that Tim would probably be willing to pay more to just watch it and then have some of that money go to the network. Who gives a shit?
The way I see it, if I'm paying for the MLB seal, that should be every team.
Okay, all he has to do is go to any local sports bar and he could watch the game. It's not like it's tough to watch a Nationals game. This is a rare occurrence. Sure, the Phillies play the Nationals a lot, so this might happen more often than not. But if you really want to watch it, you can. There's the B-Dubs in Fredericksburg. Go there, you fool. Hey, Tom, do you give Timmy's Worst of the Week 2 thumbs down?
No, I only give it 1 thumb down.
Oh.
Pills, baby!
I give it 2, so that's 3 out of 4. So, our initial guest was supposed to be Rob Daniel, who was from Florida.
And a legendary storyteller.
Then it was supposed to be Caleb Yonkman, because he thought it was a Wiffle podcast.
I'm the third biggest friend.
So far.
So then Tom came on, and I didn't change the second main
I know
topic.
the Florida Man meme, it's fine.
Florida Man is something that's become big.
That's what she said.
Florida Man is popular. They're obnoxious. So I have 5 stories, Tom. And all you have to do is guess 3 out of 5 correctly, and you win a prize. Your prize might be a spot on the Final Four of the Throne of Awesome. I don't know. It's up to Tim. So I'll tell you the story, and you say, yes, that's a Florida Man. Or you say, no, that's not Florida Man. Are you ready to play?
Yeah, I think so.
Florida, God's waiting room. It's home to theme parks, the Everglades, your Peepaw, and of course, Florida Man.
Police report court before committing a sexual act on a tree, yelling he was a god.
Suspects tried to start a fire with spaghetti sauce.
Was karate kicking those birds and attacked 2 people.
Every week there's a new headline out of Florida. Wild, shocking, unnecessarily sexual.
Masturbating at a bus stop, told police he was Captain Kirk.
But have we ever stopped to ask the question, why?
All right, the first story. A shirtless man arrested for going door to door picking fights. And Tom, this man, he was drunk, shirtless. He went door to door in the neighborhood looking for a fight. He punched a woman in the head. He stole a pizza, only ending his rampage when he ran into a fence and passed out on top of it. I can't believe this. This sounds crazy. But was this man from Florida?
Ooh, was he? Yes, I'm gonna say he was from Florida.
And he was 1 for 1. Ding 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 ding. He was from Florida. He, I don't know where exactly.
Oh my! Your second story is fabulous, Carl.
And so he's 1 for 1. So,
all right,
Tom, you only have to go 2 for 4 now. You ready for number 2?
Okay, 50%. I hope so.
The headline is Armless Man Arrested for Stabbing Tourists with Scissors. So, Tom, just after midnight on July 10th, 2018, a 46-year-old homeless man, he stabbed us from Chicago with a pair of scissors using his feet. No arms. What? The victim and a friend were simply asking the man for directions when he lunged at them, unprovoked, and stabbed him. Impressive.
This is true. This is so good.
Stabbing them with their feet.
So true.
So, Tom, did this happen in Florida?
I mean, I'm going to go with my gut and say yes, it did.
Oh, my. Tom is 2 for 2. Can you believe that? Dun, dun. So Tom is picked correctly, 2 for 2. All he has to go now is 1 for 3.
Yeah.
He is in prime shape. Our third story, a man steals a python by hiding it in his pants, Tom. A man decided he wanted a snake, but he didn't want to pay for it. So he decided to stash it somewhere surprising. The man grabbed the snake, which was nicknamed Noodle, and stuffed it into his pants before walking out the door. He seemed to have gotten away with it. Police have made any arrests, and there's been no sign of Noodle. Did this happen in Florida or not?
I mean, I really thought you were giving me 3 Floridas in a row. I feel like there aren't that many pythons in Florida. Actually, there's probably plenty of pythons in Florida. I'm still going to say this did not happen in Florida, though.
My goodness, you're good. This actually happened in Rockwood, Michigan. South Wayne County.
No, not South Wayne County.
Which is where I was born and raised. It happened in my old stomping grounds, which makes you 3 for 3, but we're going to keep going. Let's see if he can go 5 for 5. He already passed. Tim put him in his Throne of Awesome because he passed. But if he goes 5 for 5, then Tim's might have to think about top 2.
I'm feeling lucky. I am feeling lucky.
So you've already passed the Carl test. Let's see if you can pass the Tim test. Here we go. The headline: Man arrested for attempting to barbecue child molesters. Well, let's listen here. On a violent quest for justice, this man planned to eradicate his hometown of child molesters via the grill. This county is known for being a sex offender haven. Why? Well, it's because it's restricted range of schools, playgrounds, and churches. Well, that's convenient, you perverts. This man subsequently, that's not a word, took it upon himself to do something about those convicted sex offenders in his hometown by setting them on fire.
I don't hate this, Carl.
Justice, yeah.
I don't hate this.
All right, Carl, I'm going to cut you off. I don't need to hear the rest of the story. This had to have happened in Florida. It's too ridiculous to happen anywhere else. Otherwise, it's a fake story.
Yeah, Florida is known to be a haven of sex offenders, and you are once again correct. This man is 4 for 4.
That is insane, Carl. But will he be 5 for 5?
We have ourselves a Florida man genius. Do you think Rob Daniel would be 4 for 4?
Man, have you guys seen the thing where you got to write like Florida man and then put your birthday and see what the story is? So
Tom is killing it. Let's see if we can go 5 for 5. Our last story. The headline is Man's Bathroom Humor Leads to 911 Bomb Threat Call at Home Depot. Let's hear the story. According to a police report, Tom, someone in the bathroom said, "You all need to get out of here because I'm fixing to blow it up." A store employee alerted security after another man who had apparently overheard him walked out of the stall and said, "Somebody told me there's a bomb in the building. You need to leave the building." Police were called and talked to the man who said he was in serious need to defecate and that he was attempting to provide a polite warning to other patrons of the bathroom. Did this happen in Florida?
I'm gonna say this happened somewhere other than Florida.
Yeah.
I feel like you're 4 Floridas.
Your powers of no.
Is he Googling?
I don't know.
This happened in Kansas.
Dun dun dun.
I am sick of Tom.
Could I add all these? Did you put the exact headline in the show sheet?
Tom cheated. I'm sure of it. Do you believe that he cheated?
No, Rick Matthews definitely did.
Golly, Tom went 5 for 5.
No, well, he could have deduced the last one.
I have something to say about
The
Tom.
last one I just assumed wasn't in Florida because I would do 3-2 if I was putting this together.
Yeah, and that's what he did.
I got to say something about Tom. He's a Florida man expert. He went 5 for 5.
Two stories I had seen before because of the Florida man fiasco that's happening.
Okay, you went 5 for 5. Good job.
So I'll admit I had some inside information before the show.
All right.
There's nothing wrong with being a Florida man aficionado.
Okay. So Tom went 5 for 5 in the Florida Man Challenge, which should it impress me?
Absolute insanity, Carl.
But it doesn't.
Went 3 for 3 on things I didn't know.
My goodness. So it seems like it's been 12 and a half years since we've been doing this tournament, the Ultimate Team Name Battle Tournament. You know, we started with 123 teams. Now we're down to 32. And for the first time ever, our guest will pick teams from all 4 sports. You understand that, right?
All 4 sports.
He's picking 4 matchups from all 4 sports. And after he's done, we'll have our Sweet 16.
That's craziness, Carl.
We put them all on Twitter. We actually had some pretty good showings on Twitter. Twitter Nation is into this.
Twitter Nation digs it.
And after this, we'll have 16, and it's going to get crazy. But Tom Gannon, he's a college student. He's enthusiastic. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He's clean. He goes to one of the top schools in Boston, Massachusetts. It's either MIT or Harvard. Smart kid.
Not really.
So we're going to go NFL first. And Tom, pretend these 2 team names are battling in a cage, okay?
It's a cage match.
You got it?
Okay, yeah, in a cage.
And then it's all up to you. You give an answer. If Twitter and you agree, they move on. If you and Twitter disagree, me and Tim break the tie. Tim will go first. You ready to go?
What if?
Here we go.
Switch off breaking the tie? What if it's a 4-way tie, or 2v2?
No, either Tim or me, not both of us.
Okay, yeah.
All right, here we go.
We alternate.
Here we go. Lion versus Redskin. And Tom, a lion is a muscular, deep-chested cat native to Africa, and a redskin, which I can't believe is still alive in this tournament, is a slang term for Native Americans in the United States and First Nations in Canada.
Woo!
So, Tim, not Tim, Tom, who wins?
Okay, well, I can't believe you're dissing the redskin because, first of all, we've talked about this, that they would have tools. They hunted with, say, a bow and arrow or a spear or something, and a redskin would defeat a lion in a cage match.
I've always been a big proponent of human versus animal, but actually, Twitter Nation, we had a lot of votes, and lion won 84%. So
I don't think Twitter Nation knows the rules.
Off the bat, we go to our tiebreaker.
I don't think a redskin would have encountered a lion before. And being one, I'd probably shit myself.
Well, it's still a cage match.
Tom is a redskin.
Tim is a redskin.
I knew this would happen. Tim's a redskin. You're picking lion?
Yeah, I would absolutely shit myself.
Wow.
Like, there's a difference between a Fisher cat and a lion.
Okay, so just like that, Tom, you're already wrong. Sorry.
I'm not wrong. Put the fight together.
Well, the lion moves on, and now the tiebreaker goes to me. And here we go. Next matchup. Wow. Lions in the Sweet 16. Cool. Something from Detroit's winning.
Yes.
All right. Jets versus Buccaneer. And you'll see Jet in this tournament twice today.
Yeah, you will.
We talked about it on your last show.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to beat. And
Anyway,
what?
Jet would be like the New York Jets, as in a airplane.
Wait, let me paint a picture, okay? Jet, yeah. New York Jet versus Tampa Buck, because this is the NFL. And the jet is an aircraft propelled by jet engines, Tom. But a buccaneer is a free sailor, peculiar in the Caribbean during the 17th and 18th centuries.
Known for cooking.
So we have an airplane.
Yeah, so Pirates of the Caribbean would include a buccaneer, basically, right?
Yes, exactly. But
the cook.
But you put one of those.
Jack Sparrow.
They would
Jack
never.
Sparrow, the jumbo jet.
Yes.
Yeah, in a cage. So think about that.
Okay, so if the cage is destroyed, what happens? Does anyone win? Because a jet.
It's your world. I can't say anything else. I paint a picture, and you predict the outcome.
Okay. So if the outcome is the jet being destroyed and the buccaneer dying, is that a draw?
Ha! That was last week. Boom, son.
I feel like I get this conversation every time.
I'm going to go buccaneer. The buccaneer can probably, jets have a lot of maintenance problems, so the buccaneer could probably stop it from being able to run properly, which I would consider a win.
You're picking buccaneer?
Yes.
Wow, this guy.
I'm reminded of Leonidas. This is madness.
I've never seen someone go 2 for 2 against Twitter Nation.
Against Twitter Nation.
Twitter Nation picked Jet 63%.
Twitter Nation clearly is not.
So now it's up to me. Thank you. Now it's up to me. And I've been wanting to take out Jet for a while.
What?
I've always been a proponent of mammal against anything else. You know that, Tim, right?
I know that, yeah.
The Buccaneers are smart. I was just in Disney World. I did the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It wasn't built for people that are over 5'9". My knees are bumping up against the side. But listen to here. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
I am sick and tired of mammals losing. These pirates are smart. I think a Buccaneer could have figured out how to destroy the jet. I'm with Tom here.
Whoa!
I am sick of Jets winning.
Always feel like you have to win.
This is a huge upset.
It is.
I have the opportunity to take out Jet, and I'm taking it.
No, Lord.
Wow. Whoa. Jet is eliminated. F you, New York Jets. F you, Le'Veon Bell. F you, Sam Darnold. Darnold?
Darnold, yes.
Darnold, yes, sorry. Oh, here we go. Next matchup. That's huge. Jets out.
Yeah, Jets out.
Here we go. Patriot versus Titan. And it's back to you, Tim, because Mr. Tom hates Twitter Nation. Patriot versus Titan. And a patriot is someone who supports their country and is prepared to defend it against enemies. And Tom, a Titan is a person of exceptional importance and reputation. Person versus person. Coin flip matchup here. Who do you got, Tom?
All right, so here I've got Patriot. For me is like pretty much like same thing. UMass Minutemen of like they're like one of the people. And Titan, I'm gonna just decide to ignore what you said and think of Titan in the more like mythic sense, and they would absolutely destroy a Patriot. Also, for context, I don't really give a shit about football.
Doesn't matter.
That's where I live, Tom. That's exactly where I live.
Nobody cares about football. It has nothing to do with football. Who wins?
Yeah, again, Titan destroys a Patriot if they're like some like mythical god.
You picked Titan?
You did?
Yeah.
Finally. All right. Finally, you agree with Twitter. 73%. A lot of votes there. 22 votes. That's big for us. All right. Our last NFL matchup. Are you ready, Tom?
Yeah.
Tiebreaker is with Tim still. Viking versus Raider. Randy Moss is conflicted here. A Viking is a pirate Norseman plundering the coast of Europe in the 8th to 10th centuries. And a Raider is one who engages in a raid, a plunderer. Listen, this is big. People that rule the sea. But we go old school versus newer school. I don't know. This is a cool matchup. Like, how do you decide? Seriously. Who's more of a badass?
Yeah. So this
is big.
This is
coin flip.
These seem like synonyms to me.
Yeah, seriously.
So I am going to go again on the mythology mindset. I'm going to go Viking because they just seem more badass. Raider's a more generic term for what the Vikings are elite in.
Yeah. And Twitter agrees. 69% people like the Vikings. So our last 4 NFL teams are Lion, near Titan and Viking. Can you believe it?
No.
Who knows? We got pretty much 2 people to see a Titan and then a Lion. Animal still moves on. Let's go to the NBA. Are you ready, Tom?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You don't.
That's fun.
Bring the cheese.
You don't sound ready. Let me ask you again. Are you ready? I am ready. Tom Gannon. This is a Cinderella run. So Thunder had a bye. Then they had a layup matchup versus Jazz. Or I don't know. Maybe Jazz had the bye. Yeah, Jazz had the bye. Thunder had a weak matchup in the first round. So here we are. Thunder's still alive. And they're playing Warrior. And let me paint a picture here. Because thunder is the sound caused by lightning. Yes, sound.
Sound.
We're sound. We have sound still alive. Yet, Wizards are out. And Sun is out. Alright, cool. And Tom, a warrior is a brave or experienced soldier or fighter. Sound versus a fighter. Who do you got?
Well, I mean, the warrior could have really bad PTSD and a loud noise could set him off.
It's only like for a couple of seconds, though.
Thunder, I picked the Warriors.
Yeah, Warrior, and I'm shocked here. Twitter Nation was down. They actually picked Thunder 57%. And maybe
I think Thunder. Yeah. I almost just to send it to you.
So it goes to Tim.
Warrior.
Yeah.
Thank God. We need to kill Thunder. We need to nip that in the bud.
If Thunder would have made the Sweet 16, that would have been sad. The tournament would have lost all credibility. If we have any.
Would have had PTSD, and the Thunder would have just been, So, I can't imagine what it's like to be a war veteran during the 4th of July.
So I have a funny story from Iraq, in Kirkuk, and one morning we all thought a bomb hit like a couple of feet away. It was thunder. Like, everything shook. It was amazing.
No one's laughing. That's not funny.
It was hilarious. We all shit our pants. It was hilarious.
Not funny. It's a part of life, Carl.
I'm not laughing.
Thunder would prevent. It's part of the game.
He's a veteran. Now listen. Raptor had one of the biggest upsets in the tournament history when they knocked out Wizard, which I thought was a contender to win the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was, what can a Wizard not do? Right?
I know.
But I guess they can't beat a Raptor, which is embarrassing because Raptors are apparently the size of a fucking turkey.
Yes, that's a fact.
So here we go. Now they have another big matchup because a lot of people think Heat is a player. And heat is the quality of being hot. High temperature.
But isn't that what killed the Raptors?
Exactly. And a raptor is a Dromaeosauride dinosaur, especially of a Velociraptor or something. Another word I can't pronounce. Now listen, Tom. Can Raptor keep this run going? Or will they be burned to death? What do you got?
I think everyone in this tournament is going to be burned to death, and nothing can beat Heat, because Heat is energy.
Yeah, you'd think that Sun already lost. But you have Heat winning.
Yeah, Heat beats Sun.
But guess what Twitter said? 75% Raptor. And it goes to me. And I actually am a person who, I don't want to disappoint the people. Okay? Chris Pratt trained the Raptors in Jurassic Park.
He did.
The Raptors are the smartest dinosaurs. And I think the Raptors are smart enough to hide from the Heat. And when I see 75% of Twitter Nation voting for something,
you see any Raptors still alive?
I'm sorry. Raptor has beat Wizard and Heat.
That happened though. Heat versus Raptor has happened.
I know, right?
Everyone's saying that. You and Tim Tom agree on this, but me and Twitter Nation, we're one of the same. And I'm sorry, Tom. Raptors' Cinderella run is going to keep going. I have the tiebreaker. The Raptor moves north to the polar vortex. Raptor stays alive. What do you got to say?
Nothing. Let's move on.
Yeah, a lot of people are shocked by this. I'm getting a lot of phone calls, tweets. People are shocked that Raptors moving on, but we gotta keep it going.
It would be funny if it weren't true, Carl.
We have 2 more NBA matchups. We have Buck versus Magic. Tiebreak go back to you, Tom. And my oh my, Tim is picking a lot of against Twitter. And Tom, A buck is the male of some horned animals, especially the fallow deer, roe deer, reindeer, and antelope. And magic is the power of influencing the course of events by using mysterious or supernatural forces. Who do you got?
I think I'm going to go magic by a landslide.
Magic.
I don't think he's a serious contender. I mean, how do you defeat magic? Magic versus wizard would have been very interesting.
So
that's what we were hoping for.
When I was drunk in 2009, me and my friend Brandon, we did this hypothetical tournament in our minds. We took all the teams in all 4 sports, and we actually said Magic is number 1. And it's good to see them in the Sweet 16. And they're there. And they're next.
Overall seeds?
We didn't see them. It was all just random. So, but Magic is who I thought would win, and they're still alive. And here we go. This was a good matchup here. Whoever wins this will play Magic. Rocket versus Grizzly, Tom. A rocket is a launch projectile propelled by the combustion of its contents. And Grizzly is an animal of a large race of brown bear native to North America. Who do you got?
Well, I think you may be able to guess based on my spiel about rockets earlier that I'm going to go with rocket here. A rocket would annihilate a grizzly.
You know, we talked about it last time, and we said, what if the rocket misses? What if they have only one chance? But it's a cage.
Yeah.
They're not going to miss.
Detonate.
And Twitter, 60% agreed. It's kind of close there. I think that's way too close. Like it. So we have our NBA Final Four is Warrior, Raptor, Magic, and Rocket. Not a bad Final Four, right?
I'd actually watch that Final Four if it were real.
So, Tim, are you excited about the NFL and NBA teams that moved on to the Sweet 16?
Oh, yeah!
Who do you think is strongest of the 8? Magic?
Magic.
Yeah. Lion, Bucks, Titans, Vikings, Warrior, Raptor, Magic, Rocket. The Magic has a pretty clear path, I think, to the championship there. But let's go to the right side of the bracket.
The right side?
MLB, NHL, we have 8 more matchups. Things are getting fun. And we're going to go Mariner versus Diamondback. And Tom, a Mariner is a sailor. That's it. And a Diamondback is a large, common North American rattlesnake with diamond-shaped markings. Human versus animal. Who do you got?
All right, just to verify the rules here, the Diamondback is poisonous, so if it gets a bite off, it would theoretically win.
Yeah, the rattlesnake's venom is poisonous, right, Tim?
That is 100% correct.
And a sailor will bite you, and it will hurt, but it won't kill you.
You probably have to pay for it,
If a sailor bites a snake, I got to imagine the sailor could kill a snake. But my question to you is that it takes kind of a while for the venom to actually kill you. If the snake bites the sailor and the sailor rips it in half, and then the ref can raise its hand, but it dies an hour and a half later, is that a win for the sailor or a draw?
Last week this was all a draw.
I'm not doing a draw. I think
I'm gonna give it to the Diamondback then.
Yeah.
Good pick. And Twitter agrees, 71%. I like seeing this because in the left side of the bracket, it's mostly just humans and dinosaurs moving on.
Yes.
Besides, Rocket and Lion. So
all things boys love.
We have a snake, which isn't a mammal at all,
but still frightening.
So that's good. Raptor and Diamondback can have some fun together. Like we're the same kind of species, We lay eggs, and we both moved on. So here we go. This is a fun matchup. Oh my goodness. I've been waiting for this one. Probably my favorite. Angel versus Rocky. Remember Hollister? When we had Rocky. Who's going to beat the Rocky Mountains? Well, I think this person has a chance. Because Tom...
It's existential.
Angel is a spiritual being believed to act as an attendant or messenger of God. Represented in human wings and a long robe. And Rocky is short for the Rocky Mountains, the mountain range in western North America and part of Canada. Now listen, Tom, we got a mountain range, but they're facing an angel, which has powers. Who wins?
My question for this one is how are the Rockies going to fit in this arena? We're changing.
It's a bigger cage. There's never been any question about the size of a cage. The cage.
Okay.
We've had the sun. We've had a cage hat that fit the sun, you know?
All right, fair.
Yeah, okay. Good.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to go with the Angel because I don't think that. I think the Angel is more likely to be able to defeat Rockies versus the Rockies defeating an Angel. I'm not sure how that would work.
Could you imagine the Rockies just disappearing, Tim?
Yes, Carl. I've never seen them, so I can imagine that.
Oh, okay. I was just there. Angel wins, and Twitter agrees 7%. Good job, Tom. We got 2 more matchups for baseball.
Carl, do you think there would be a truck stop if there were a cage match?
No.
No? That's too bad.
These guys are huge rivals. They both used to play in New York, and then they moved to the West Coast. They hate each other. Dodger versus Giant. But this has 0 to do with baseball.
That's too bad.
Dodgers making a pretty big Cinderella run here because they're pretty weak in my opinion. Dodger is a person who engages in cunning tricks or just honest practices to avoid something unpleasant. And Tom, a giant is an imaginary or mythical being of human form, but superhuman size. Human versus human. Someone tricky, someone big. Who wins?
Yeah, based on my knowledge of just like fables and folklore, I'm gonna go Dodger on this. I feel
You're
like
going with the trickster? Goodness gracious.
You tricks to defeat a giant. I mean, if also like the implication that the Dodger is very agile and can dodge Giants' attacks seems to make me lean toward the Dodger versus the Giant.
You've been pretty toe-to-toe with Twitter Nation, but not now. Twitter said 87% Giant. It goes to Tim.
Twitter doesn't read enough.
Tim has everything here, and I understand. You actually made some good points.
I'm with him. I think the trickster wins.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
This might be the weakest team in the final 16, but Dodger won. And Twitter's pissed. When Twitter says 87%, you should listen to them.
Twitter says a lot of things, Carl.
Oh my god!
If that many people agree, that means they're wrong.
It says #MeToo way too much.
Well, this next matchup, Twitter is one-sided. Astro versus Indian. And Tim, and Tom, and Tim, and Tom. Astro is a combining form with a meaning pertaining to stars or celestial bodies. And an Indian is a many of the Native American people except the Eskimos, Aleutians, or Inuits. My buddy Tim here is an Indian, but that's a slang term.
It is.
What would you rather be called? Red-skinned?
We like First Nations.
Okay. And my friend Tom here is from Boston. So who do you got, Astro or Indian?
I'm going to go Astro. I got to imagine if one of the explorers was, just like the Apollo missions that the astronauts would be able to defeat.
That's a weird mashup.
They were always triple balls.
You put these Indians in this cage.
I feel like in terms of the defense that the Astros would have, because they have to defend against like atmospheres and stuff.
I think Astro can make a run here because that's a tough matchup. And Twitter actually,
I think Astros would give the Indians the runs.
93% Twitter Nation says Astro. So
what, 7% said that the Indians would win?
Who the hell picked that? So we got 4 matchups left. Tom, we got the NHL. Tiebreaker goes to me. You ready?
I mean, I don't really care about the NHL, so I might not even know what some of these team cities are.
So in an upset, we knocked out Jets in the NFL, but we have Jets in the NHL. And this time they're playing the Oilers, another team in Canada. And an Oiler is a person who oils machinery. And a jet
Carl, that's rough.
is a plane that is powered by a jet engine. Who do you got, Tom?
I mean, this is a clear winner that the Oiler wins. They can clearly sabotage the jet. They have the know-how.
It reminds me when, I remember one year the 1 seed Mavericks played the 8 seed Warriors because Don Nelson coached the Warriors, and he used to coach the Mavericks, and he knew the team because he used to coach them. And an Oiler knows a jet. He handles machinery. And because of Tom.
And if that jet's firing, that dude is lit up.
It was last podcast where I said jet versus jet could be the championship matchup.
Yeah.
And now because of Tom, I agree. Even though jet on Twitter was 80%.
But I thought you were always with the Twitter Nation.
No. I'm sick of jet winning. Because I think humans could get into the jet and destroy it. and especially an Oiler. In a shocking upset, Oiler moves on. We've knocked out both Jets.
Wow.
New York and Winnipeg. So tiebreak goes back to you, Tom. Tim. Tom. Tam.
This sounds like
Tam.
my youth now.
All right, 3 more matchups. Here we go. Golden Knight versus Lightning. And Tom, Golden Knight is a golden man, an honorary title of knighthood by a political or religious leader. And Lightning is a sudden electric static discharge that occurs usually during a thunderstorm.
Is he wearing a suit of armor, Carl?
Maybe. Who wins, Tom?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how Lightning would be defeated, so I'm going to go Lightning.
Not bad. Listen, Lightning's making a run. They're now 3-0. Golden Knight had a pretty decent run. Yeah, Twitter agrees with you, 70th cent. They will face Oiler in the Sweet 16. We got 2 more matchups. Here we go. Devil versus Blue Jacket, Tom. Devil is the chief evil spirit. That's scary. Satan, if you will. And a Blue Jacket is a Union Army member in the Civil War from Ohio. They've kind of had a pretty Cinderella run here.
Yeah, but they're about to be after me by the Devil.
I'm pretty sure you're going to pick Devil here. Right, Tom?
I'm not sure. But I guess Devil's got a lot of power. So.
Oh, okay. And Twitter, 91%. They move on. Last matchup. Tim is the tiebreaker. Flame versus Bruin. And Tom, flame is a hot glowing body of ignited gas that is generated by something on fire. And another Cinderella run. The Bruin is a bear, especially in children's fables. Who do you got?
Go Bruins on this one. That being someone from Boston, don't want to go against the Bees, and they just have to put out a flame. Flame, is it a big flame? Maybe not.
I don't know, but Twitter said 79% flame, so we're going to go to Tim. Fire versus a fake bear. Who do you got, Tim?
I'm going to go with
not a fake bear.
No, a Bruin's a real bear.
Not according to my definition. Wow.
The definition. Damn your legalese, Carl.
I mean, Twitter said 79%, but it's your world. If you want the Bruin to move on, just say it.
Let's go with Flames.
Wow.
I'm really pulling for Oilers and Flames.
All right. So we got our last 8. We got the Diamondback, Angel, Dodger, Astro, Oiler, Lightning, Devil, Flame. Who do you like on that side of the bracket?
Oh my goodness. I like Astros and Devil.
Yeah, so I mean, yearly favorites are the Magic, Astros, Devil. We'll see, though. Anything can happen.
It's madness, Carl.
Tom did a good job.
He did.
Don't you think?
I do.
He had fun with it. Let's take it home. So, now it's your world. Throne of Awesome. Cue the music. We know our final 4. Rick, Steve, Jeremy, and Jason. This guy went 5 for 5 in the Florida Man.
He did.
Had fun with the bracket. He only looked like a homer until the last matchup. Tom, you still there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
So, here we go. Where's Tim going to put you? Are you in the top 4?
He is in the top 4.
Oh!
Rick Matthews been removed.
Wait, Tom's 1?
Nope.
What?
Tom is 4.
How was Rick removed?
There was backlash last week, Carl. There was backlash.
All right, so who's 1?
Hollister.
What? You removed Hollister from 4 to 1? Then who's 2? Rick?
Harris.
And then 3 is...
Raja.
Radijay?
Yeah.
So Rick's out of the top 4?
He's out of the top 4.
He goes...
These power rankings are crazy, Carl.
So Hollister, Harris,
rankings is that someone else from the top 4 gets booted when someone else comes in other than me?
Yeah, but he booted out the guy who was in first, so I don't get this.
Power rankings suck.
My point. I'm still alive. I don't care about my number 4 ranking.
He gets it.
Tim doesn't... I mean,
he understands.
If you're top 4 by the end of May, you'll be on the episode. Anything you want to plug, Tom?
Other than butts.
Yeah, Wiffle Now Network, I guess. You can plug that too, Carl.
Plug it.
If you like wiffle ball, listen to us.
How can we find you?
Where do they go to get your wiffle knowledge?
Facebook, Twitter. Type in Wiffle Now. Or email us at wifflenow@gmail.com.
Tom is one of the best pitchers in the Northeast right now in the wiffle world. Did you know that, Tim?
You told me about that, Carl.
Great pitcher. All right,
I'm pretty average to above.
Throne of Awesome.
But they're not good.
Winter of Awesome has been flipped upside down.
Upside down kingdom, Carl.
Tom, thank you for joining us. For my sidekick, Tim Mike Anderson, and for Tom Gannon, Carl Grab, talk next time for episode 26 when we break down the Sweet 16. Oh my goodness gracious. See ya!